The topic we discuss in this panel is where to invest in the hospitality sector in Italy. So Mandarin Oriental has just opened a second hotel in Italy at Lake Como, one of the best charming hotel in Italy. So are you looking for other properties in Italy and where?
Well, thank you for the free pitch for our Lake Como hotel. It's interesting, like obviously when we talk about investing, we are quite atypical as an hotel group because we are both owner and an operator. Right now, the model, not only in the big groups, tends to be mostly asset light, but even in our competitors, for example, Four Seasons is pretty much an asset light company. Well, actually, it's a completely asset light company. We own and we manage sometime. Como, like Milan, is a management agreement. Or Como, Blevio, I should say, like Milan, is a management agreement. But for example, we own our London property, Paris property. Why am I saying this? Because in terms of growth, in terms of owning, I think only as a JV, and the only two places are probably number one, Venice, and number two, Rome. That's kind of the type of assets that our company wants to own. It tends to be major market, etc., and with local partners. That's what we do mostly. I would say those few people that know me in the audience probably know that Venice, I believe actually Venice as a market has long-term more potential than Rome. I think in the luxury market we are heavily skewed when we look at Rome at the fact that there are two great hotels now really that are over the 700 euros mark, and so there is the idea that everything that you open in Rome will be as successful. I'm not so sure, more in Venice. Venice, I believe, Venice is Venice, and there is a natural limitation of supply, which is beautiful. In terms of other markets, for management agreement, naturally comes, I would say, Florence, the Amalfi Coast, and Sardinia are probably the next three, and to a lesser extent, Sicily and Puglia, and perhaps even Cortina, I would say, but only with management agreements. That would be.
Is it a bit difficult to find the right property at this moment in Italy? I think that competition is very high at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm not that good at what I do, but I've worked in the past 6 years for what are normally considered the two most known hotel operators in the business, and focus a lot in Italy, which for both of them is the main market in Europe, hands down, because Italy is the only market that, for a variety of reasons, has already 7-8 markets that naturally have an ADR over 700 euros, or at least have some examples, which for me is a sort of a threshold of what is considered real luxury, because luxury is a term that sometimes encompasses hotels that are too different, right? I hear hotels in Milan that are called luxury and they have 1/3 of our ADR. I mean, what is luxury? So it's difficult. Yeah, I mean, Como, again, most of you are very expert of the industry, was a distress situation that I personally had to follow for 4 years with 2 different companies before being able to unlock. Venice is even more complicated, and Rome and when you look at Rome and Florence, the difficulty of converting existing assets makes it that you have to look at historical palaces, and then it comes change of use, etc. So yes, it is very difficult. And sorry to close on that, I always find funny sometimes operator come and say, oh, the Amalfi Coast is a strategic opportunity it was strategic opportunity. There are 6 phenomenal assets that you will never take. And they're all owned by family, and unfortunately the Capri Palace is gone now, and so we have to hope that one day one of these families see value in partnering with a company like us, and I hope so, but you have to be honest, and you have to wait and be patient, I guess.
Yeah, thank you.